The Monio or hula hoop, MACKA Diamond is a dancehall veteran, an actor, and an author. MACKA Diamond appeared in the independent film 3 to 11, written by Summer Angel. In 2007, she released her debut novel, Bunhim, dancehall's first official fiction published by Page Turner Publishing House. MACKA Diamond has teamed up with renowned Jamaican-born Vogue featured fashion designer Rosemary Macklin for her high-end clothing brand See Me Macadocious. She has collaborated with the likes of Vibes Cartel, Blacker, Unicorn, and others. Today on the Road to Success, we journey with MACKA Diamond. MACKA, welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
No, look here. You are rocking your burnt orange. It goes with your complexion. Can I tell you something? You are popping, looking fabulous
Thank
as
you.
usual.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
Yes, for real. And we truly appreciate it, MACKA, that you're able to take time out of your schedule and sit with us, and take us with you on your journey. We don't take these things absolutely for granted. So thanks for taking time
That's
out.
true. That is true. Thank you.
Now let's kick things off, MACKA, with your foundation. You were born in Kingston and raised in Portmore. What do you remember about your childhood growing up?
I remember a lot. I remember my mom, we were totally in some, we call it 3 Mile area. But growing up, when my mom started telling me, she said it was really like Cockburn Pen. But because I used to go to the primary school right there in 3 Miles, Cockburn Pen Primary. I remember that going, to school there. But then when I grew up, my mom said, "Oh, I used to be living in Cockburn Pen, and your dad is from Tower Hill." So that's how I can vividly remember. I remember going on Olympic Way sometime. My mom bringing me to see my dad, and then she moved. Then my mom bought a house in Portmore, Waterford, and then we had to move. And I remember those things, as around 5 year old, we moved to Portmore and life changed. And I went to this little tiny house. We had to, but my mom chose one by the side so we can go around. But a lot of people have the ones that you have to go from the front to the back. That's how tiny the house is. But I mean, I was grateful because my mom could buy something of her own and we didn't have to be paying rent, and it was a little bit better.
You spoke briefly of your dad. Talk to us a little bit about your dad, because we understand that you got interested in music at a very early age, and your daughter was and your father, you're the daughter of a reggae producer. So talk to us a
Yeah.
little bit more about your dad and if he actually influenced your direction in music.
Well, what happened basically, I grew up mostly with my mom, so I wasn't familiar with a lot of my father's side of family until I really grew up. So what really happened at the time when I'm getting musical influence, I wasn't really that close to my dad. My mom and him were having a rocky time, and sometimes they were it's just been her and me and my other sister, and we were roughing it out. But I didn't know much. I didn't even knew he did music until I really started.
Oh.
Yeah, because we were not together. It's just that I just know of my mom trying to check him to get money and thing and send me to school. That's all I know about. But I was very active in performing, even at 5, 6, 7 years old, going to my grandma for holidays. I would be the one that is performing for my cousins at the front of the yard. I'm picturing, yeah. So I'm just always the one that, and then grandma used to say, "Oh, everyone go and wash the sheets, who peeing up the bed, who this." I remember all of them stuff. But I was just the one that was entertaining. And nobody knew why. And then, I mean, one day, my mom, when she realized, I started going to high school now, and I started to be very active in the performance, the dramas, and everything in school. My mom always said, "You just like your dad." And I would wonder, I was waiting to hear, And one day she told me, she said, "Oh, your dad, that's where you're getting this thing from. Your dad is in the music." And He owns a record shop on Olympic Way, and you know, Mount, some mountain something. And I was like, I was curious. I said, so the chance I got to see my dad when she go to see me, I asked him, and he said, oh yes, um, I know Gregory Isaacs. We were friends. Me and Slice friend. And when he started telling me that, I said, oh, interesting, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I never really was a person that was talkative, like, oh, I'm going to be a musician. I wasn't telling him all of that. All of it came to a surprise for all of them, you know, because while in high school, I was doing the brunches, the barbecues, introducing myself to every star that come to my barbecues and the brunches, and telling them, yeah,
No,
and telling them,
no. Let's talk about Charmaine Monroe in high school because you attended Holy Childhood High.
yeah.
Um, what were you like in the classroom?
I was like, seemingly like I'm not paying attention to work, but I was. I was a very bright student, but I loved music so much that I was also the entertainer for the girls at school. You know, like from 7 to 9, you know, till I graduated, I used to be entertaining. So I usually love to do art class. I always choose art class, and then that was my getaway to tell the teacher that I'm gonna go to the back to draw some trees or something. But then that's where the girls knew, okay, Charmaine is gonna go around there, and I hit some whatever it is I find,
Mm-hmm.
empty, maybe empty paint pan something, and or the girls will be clapping and I'll be DJing and singing, and so all the girls as a holy child at that time knew that I loved what I do, you know. So it was basically that. So I was still studying and doing my work though, but it was like I was such a genius that I did not even me didn't understand myself. Like I was singing, doing all these things, loving music, writing songs, and still getting being coming second in my class. You know, I was always first, second, top. I was, so Only Child was great for me. That was where I really had the good practicing and meeting all of these stars. And then I was prepared to meet them out of school.
So it was no surprise to your friends at Holy Childhood that after high school you went straight into music. But
Yeah.
was your mother supportive of this decision that here it is, our daughter want to pursue a career in music?
Well, I wouldn't say she wasn't supportive. She was shocked. I mean, and the mom would want their daughter to be a doctor, a lawyer, and spending so much money after she and my father wasn't really getting on well. And my mom worked really hard. I really commend her. My mom did bar works till she opened her own shop and bar. And I watched my mom carry cases of boxes of beer and Anakin on her head, to just sell and fried chicken. She was famous for her fried chicken, and she used all of that until she looked at me one day and she said, I'm tired, I'm tired. I have to leave Jamaica. I have to go to foreign. And that was the time when I was close to graduate. And it made me a little bit sad. I was gonna miss my mom, and but she had to, it was getting rough. But knowing that she
Mm-hmm.
brought me right to almost graduation, it was good. It was good. And so she was just only surprised, like, oh, I wanted you to do something else. But and it's not like she didn't like the music, she loved it, but it was a little not family structured, like the music will take you away from that bond,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know. And she was worried about that, worried about she going away, leaving me, and we're gonna be separated and all these things. So she wanted me to get ready to come and be by her side in foreign. And but I choose to do this music, and but she didn't curse. She
Mm-hmm.
didn't really.
So,
She was just like, oh my God, but that's fine. Do what you have to do. And when everything started to see how it looks, they learned to understand that's what I wanted. But my dad now, I can tell you, many never really been close. But when I started to go to the studios now, meeting, the artists that I meet, a lot of the artists that I saw at the barbecues, they told me about King Tubby's studio. And King Tubby's studio and jamming that was two studios that was actually close to my dad's home. Because he's from
mm,
Tower Hill, right? And he actually know King Jammins. So when I started going, so he played the role of once I start going to these places, and I said, "Oh, my dad is such and such." They said, "Oh, really, Philip is your dad?" So it became a little protection. Like,
Okay, got
yes,
you. Because that was
these
going to be
people.
my next question, just seeing young Charmaine maneuvering the dancehall space that is male dominated. What was your experience? And you kind of getting into it where you said that, because they knew your dad, so they provided some sort of protection. But we hear the horror stories,
But
especially from a lot
we
of
got to the ones that
females.
were we got to the ones that were horror, because I remember I was around King Tubby's studio, and though King Tubby is familiar with my dad, I remember he had a security guard. And that security guard, he troubled me every day. He always wanted to tell me how he likes me. And I was like, I don't come to studio for that. And because I didn't want to do what he wanted to do, he locked me out one day and took his shoes and hit me. And I was like, I
Wow.
cried. Yes, I cried. And I said, oh my God, I didn't come here to be with no one. I just want to do my music. And I remember running up the street to my dad and all these things and Tubbies, and that's Tower Hill, so it's bad people things. So, it kind of had to quash down easily. But it's not like I don't go through things. I've been through things where, when you go King Jamming studio from, really hot, you have to stay out the door until a little thing I go on. But we get to as a female too, in some cases, like they would say, let's sorry, and thing, but it is still was a rough and rugged road. And I remember one time I also went to Tough Gang studio, and we were in the studio, and they decided that, oh, that is gonna happen tonight. And I remember I ran and jumped the fence and went home, So it's not like it was perfect, but I try not to make it get worse, you know.
But how did you, Maka, despite those challenges and struggles, like what was that main factor that kept you going, that you still wanted to pursue this dream, even though you go through them type of hardships, people I hit you with slippers and them thing there as a young girl chasing this dream?
The love, I think it's the love, I think I genuinely wanted this. I loved it. And there were things that I had to, it's kind of like you go to holy childhood. Your mom spent so much money. I had to do this to let her know this is I love, and this is your payback. I'm gonna show you that I love what I'm doing. I'm gonna make it, and this is what I used to let my mother proud of me and don't feel like she she lose off me because I wasn't a doctor nor a lawyer or whatever. So I still said, Mom, this is what I love, and I showed her. So I had and I had an aim and the love. So because if I don't do what my mommy really would have wanted me to say, okay, she was looking for a doctor, a lawyer, a prime minister, then I have to show her that, mommy, don't worry yourself. I'm gonna make it
It
big
can
too,
work.
you know?
Me
Right,
understand.
don't worry. Right, and
Stick and
and and and, and this is what I did. And I took care of her. I love my mom, and my mom left when my mom left for foreign. She was still paying mortgage, and I hustled the music, and I paid it for her, and until the whole she could see the title, and she started feeling proud. She said, okay, this is making sense, and I felt good. Right.
all right, stick and stay. We're gonna go for a quick time signal. Don't go anywhere.
Reggae radio station, rocking to the nation.
The time on IRIFM is
It is now 12:44. Now, Maka, under the name Lady Mackerel, one of your early recordings was Done Girl, counteraction to
Right.
Major Mackerel. Take us back to this defining moment in your career.
I'm a serious my boss. I'm big them time that like I feel like my heart and I'm never know the journey just begun. That was when, okay, so how I ended up in Tower Hill at King Tubby's was I used to go to the barbecues because going from Holy Child, I live in Portmore. So coming around this circle in Alpha Tree, the Portmore bus used to come around. So you see in Skateland was a hot spot. And I used to see Lady Junie, Mama Nancy, all these artists, they were there. And I usually say, I'm going to leave school and come. So I knew exactly where to go. So what I did was once I graduated, I went straight to hang out at
The Skateland.
Skateland. Then Skateland lead to me and started knowing people. So I met, so someone was telling me, there's a girl in Portmore that is doing well in the business called Lady Junior. I need to link up with her. And I said, okay, fine. Um, and I found out where she lived and I went to this lady house because I tell you, said I wanted this bad. And I remember I went to this lady's house and I knocked on her door and she came out and I told her, oh, I'm an artist and I want to be like her. And she said, no problem, man, I can bring her to King Tubby's, I'm a boss that. And when she said King Tubby's, I know it was somewhere close to my dad. So I said, I told her I have an idea where it is. And then she brought me to King Tubby's and King Tubby's decided that he's gonna add me to the camp and as a young upcoming artist, but she was a big thing at the time. And I was really grateful for her. I always said, oh, Lady Junie, thank you. And so King Tubby's had me and Lady Junie. But how the Lady Mackerel name come now? I went there with this confusion because my name Charmian. So I started my name Lady Charm. Then Sister Charmian career, they hear about this, they start hear about the Sister Charmian, she just blew up. And then I said, oh my God, I never change my name. Then I started to Lady Worries. All sorts of things started happening. But by this time now, when I counteracted, one day King Tubby's was out and when one day King Tubby's was out on the street and Fata. The Fata was the engineer. He put me in the studio and I said, no, counteract the song and I sing it. Can Rashid done, girl? When Tubby's come, he loved the song. He said, oh, yes, Sugar Hot now. Everybody was so proud like this. I said, the new artist, I'm going to get a little song now. And but King Tubby's called meeting because he was like the king. So he had this big chair in the office and he called meeting and the king of serious meeting now. So we said, okay, let me go in the meeting. We're going to meet and the king said, okay, you have a problem with your name. We love this song, but here what is going to happen. We'll call you Lady Mackerel.
Oh, wow.
So me started,
what was your reaction?
No. I said, no, you can't give me that name. More one name, man. Where, he must say, well, if you want the bus, you take the name, else we're not going to release the song. I said, oh my God. It's either take it or leave it. I was cornered. So I said, all right, King, that's fine. I just hope we get the Lady Mackerel name. King Tubby's give me. And that's basically how the song came out. I just start to, because I did the song and I was like, can't rush it down, girl, can't rush it. And I started to really do that squeaky sound to them, so I Lady Mackerel. Until Major Mackerel said, want meet me and sister, me and this, me and that, as the fuck. And we go meet him and go start with some shows. But by this time now, I was doing well in that zone that King Tubby's used to assign me to go on the road to open for Professor Nuts. And at the time, Professor Nuts was the big don, and and I must also commend Professor Nuts. I always admire him. I always love him as a person. At that time, I was young and naive, and he was so respectable. Hours and nights, he came in his taxi. They picked me up, and I went with him on the street, and there was no violation. There was no he was so respectable. I admire. Every time I went home, I told my family I always go to these events to perform with Professor Nuts, and he's so decent. He never put a talk to me, and I admired that about him. So I say always every time I get an interview, I would talk about my past. I always big him up on that. So that was the first money I start make now. Cause King, whatever, himself up on the road, make it a little thing in my pocket. And King Tubby's was a lovely man. He was one of them person that he was business-like and he loved people. And I think if he was still alive now, he would have been still a part of my career.
Now, Lady G, during her journey on the road to success, spoke about her belly skin rhythm, a medley, which features, yourself and Lady Saw. How did that moment impact your career, MACKA?
What happened now is years after years, after we lose Tubby's and out there, we're fighting, we're doing, we're doing. It's in and out, the vibes go. Sometimes you say, I'm fed up, I can't do this no more. And, no one then me used to be around Lady Saw and all these things and, and Lady G, because, them are bigger star at the time. And you know, me, I tried them stuff, but Lady G has always been like a sister to me. She's one of them person, like if she don't hear from me for weeks, she'll call me and she'll put me in my place. She'll say, Maka, we're friends. Don't do that. I must let me hear from you. And you know, so but kind of know that she's a true friend to me and she likes to hear from me. So we try to keep in touch with each other. So I usually come in from the studios and as I tell her, by this time my mom bought a house in Waterford. So my mom was always hustling. So I grew up great. She had a nice house. It may not be it was the biggest house, but she fixed you know, so we had this
You had
beautiful
your own
veranda.
thing. Mm-hmm.
Right. And she was in foreign now. So, you know, I had the house, the space, everything. So I usually be on the veranda when I get in from the studio and I said, boy, I'm gonna look like mega boss. And I remember one night I was feeling so sad. I was feeling so sad. And I mean, this is not to say I'm bashing anyone or but what is that? It's like, you know, this is what I'm gonna say the truth. And this is why I love Lady G. And I don't hate anyone, no, but this is why me and Lady G bond.
I understand.
Yeah. So I came in and I remember I was feeling so sad. And I said, I'm gonna call Saw. I'm gonna give my Saw a call. I'm gonna say, woman, you know, so I feel like mother give up. I feel like mother done with the music and I can't look like make a boss. And she said to me, she was like, oh, some of us have the luck and some don't. That's how it goes. And I said, okay.
Wow.
I said, thank you. And but you know, that never uplift me. Somebody just say, okay, Ma, that's fine. Love you, same here. Have a good night. I'm a call Lady G now. I'm a call Lady G now. Lady G said, what you say, Ma? Your DJ, your bad. You know what the kind of foolishness this year bring to me that night? You must be mad. You know much woman artist can DJ like you. And your sound good, and you know, some start feel good. And I said, what she me I try so hard now, man, and me don't know. And she said, I want you. She said, as a matter of fact, I have one rhythm. When I go Vibes Cartel pan tomorrow, and one team Vibes, I go put you on it. And I said, eh? And she said, yeah. But by this time, me I change me in one Vibes, me I change my name to, you know. Like me start call myself the MACKA Diamond. But me never tell Lady G. And so me I tell her now, say, I know, say, I cannot change my name. I just say, eh. She said, no really matter, I go Vibes you. And me go on my bed the night and feel good. Say, Lady G, she go Vibes, you know. So I feel good, you know. And I say, some of the luck and some don't. Me not really understand that one, but me say, I go try with the one the Lady G said she go Vibes me, you know. So because of my Lady G call me. Because I mean I was so stressed. So me have to think everything like if it's really Mama Sa really and say when Mama Sa say me have to make that connector. I say I really and truly want that me not have the talent. But then Lady G I say me have it. So me I say why me gonna try same way then. Because I'm not be a child, but I feel like me can't give up. You know? And I remember Cartel went on record and she called me excited and she said, you know, she was so excited. She was like, don't even charge me, Maka. It was so, you know, good. And someone want you come now and we got the studio and, you know, I recorded this song. Woman, my name, so we have Waffy Hole, man. So me no run down, man. Yeah, man. And this song, and what happened, I told her that I'm using my new name, Maka Diamond. And I remember recording that song, me recording the rhythm, Lady Saw, she, Vibes Carter. I don't remember how much other artists. And then Lady G told me that, okay, I'm going to do a medley video with you, Lady G, and Lady Saw. I'm say, okay, I'm ready. And Mr. Kashima, the way well want the boss, and Lady G look at me and say, the video, like she said, that I can't remember, like she said, the video is going to cost 150,000 at that time. And when me hear them on Monday, knowing say me not at me poor, and me have to find 50,000, me have to find kind of a split between me, she, and Lady Saw because a medley video. Plus, we're gonna have to pay for the dance. It's called Lady G already other dancers. I just Rasta girl, and it was 4 of them. And me I said, oh, me I get this money. I remember saying me walk going. Come used to do look hustling. My mother used to have the bar. Me did run one little bar to and all. It's a lot of story. My life was all over the place, but it's good. And I remember I used to go get loan at the JN Bank. And I remember I go at the bank and tell people them owe me want some money for go stock out. Just to want the video, you know? Me tell them say me go stock out my bar.
Eh,
Because me say, Lady G cannot give me this opportunity and me flop. So me remember say me go to the bank, you see, and tell them say, oh, me want to stock out my bar and borrow the money, you know. Borrow the money because me have to come up with the money because me have to in this every day. And me I wonder how me will pay back for it. But me never care because by this time me I said me just want no say me hot. And Mr. Kashima, I get that loan from the bank. And me drop my piece of money in a G and me don't have share thing when me get it from our wine, but me just know say, Lady G, can I give me this a break? I mean I come up with no money. And remember, we go up on the video shoot, me all a tremble because we are wait upon Lady Saw. So she come that time, then she never come and she start calling and say she not sure. And me start feeling myself, oh, me want this, me must sign this video to two big superstar Lady G and must sign me get this about stuff, man. And me say, me pray, and Lady Saw never reach till night when they reach at the last scene, and me say, Jesus, thank you. But what's so good about the situation was, I remember now after we shoot the video and we put everything together now, I remember Lady G said to me, said, you know, I'm gonna send this rhythm file, all of these songs, I'm gonna send it to VP. And I said, okay, VP Records. And then when she sent it to VP, she called me and she said, Macka, something strange happened. I said, what? She said, you know that VP calling me and asking me, who is that girl, Macka Diamond? Because her song sound good and she sound good. And I said, what? Because they don't know how the lady Macka change in a Macka Diamond. So she had said, Macka, they might ask for you, but me not tell them, say you. So that is a good look. And me say, Kashima say, when the video drop, when everybody start talking about me, say one girl, you know, one video with Lady G and Lady Saw them, she look good and she look hot and kind of video nice and a nice video. And that was when I realized, say, don't give up. No, give up, woman. Like me, I say, everybody up to the people that see me on the road and I don't know I'm a lady mackerel. People like me listen to people that talk about this new girl, you want girl on video with, and me I hear them and I don't know some song, I hear them and I say, you see how God good when somebody else come and show you, they never give up. So just that fact that Lady G give me that little shook the right, so me grateful, you know, and we become friends from them time until now. You know, we talk every day the same. And then some of pick up Lady G, which is that was one of the things that teach me not to give up. You know, and sometimes kind heart is still there and people is still there to help you. So sometimes you have to just talk. You know? So they have to talk. So they have to tell the right person sometimes.
What a story, Macka. We're going to go for a quick break. We have Cashpot coming up and we're going to delve right back into your story after Cashpot. Don't go anywhere.
When me use Island Fresh with aloe vera,
Manufactured by Island Products, 934-0666.
The time is...
It is now 12:59. Listen up, your top draw dollars. Pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, hot pick, and Cashpot's lunchtime draws up next. If you're just joining us, we are journeying with MACKA Diamond on the road to success. Stick and stay, no. See the flip side for Cashpots.
You ready for me, baby? You ready, baby? I'm just in the mood for some You ready for me, baby?
Welcome to the official live drawing of the Supreme Ventures Lottery Games. This could be your lucky day. Get your tickets out and let the games begin.
Good afternoon. It's Thursday, November 10, 2022. I'm Sydney and welcome to this afternoon's Supreme Ventures live game draw. Now, before we begin, here's a quick look at our mid-morning winning numbers. Please remember all live draws are being supervised by the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission and observed by the independent auditing firm PwC. Now let's put some money in your top draw. This afternoon's jackpot is back at $200,000, so congrats to the mid-morning winner. And here are the winning top draw numbers. Good luck. Now, your first winning number this afternoon is 4. Coming down next, we have 16. Following 16, what will it be? It's a solid 20. And coming down after that is the number 3. Now, for $200,000, you're gonna need 21. And now let's pick your play with our dollars game. I do hope you're feeling lucky. Get those tickets out. Your first winning dollars number is making its way down. And first up is the number 36. Following, we have 21. Coming down next is the number 19. And coming after that, what will it be? It's 14. Next up is a solid 20. And we are halfway there this afternoon with the number 30. Next in line, what's it gonna be? We have the number 6, and coming down slowly but surely is ball number 2. Now, what is coming after that? It's number 11, and next are counting down with the number 10. Following is 18, and we wrap things up in our dollars game this afternoon with the number 15. Now for some easy winnings with our Pick 2 game. Let's play. And here we go. The first Pick 2 number is 11. The second Pick 2 number is 21. So once again, the winning Pick 2 numbers are 11 and 21. Now up next, you can play it 3 ways. It's our Pick 3 game. And here we go. The first Pick 3 number is 4. The second Pick 3 number is 7. And the third and final Pick 3 number is 5. So once again, the winning Pick 3 numbers are 4, 7, and the number 5. Now it's time to turn up your winnings. So get ready for Pick 4. Now your first winning Pick 4 number is 4. The second Pick 4 number, we have 8. The third Pick 4 number, what will it be? It's 4. And the fourth and final number, here it comes, is 2. So once again, the winning Pick 4 numbers are 4, 8, 4, and the number 2. Now this one easy for win. So let's heat things up with Hot Pick. And here we go. The balls are bubbling up. Now this afternoon's winning Hot Pick number is 6. Congratulations to all Hot Pick winners. Again, the winning number is 6. Now remember, you can win all of $285 for every $10 winning cash pot bet. Let's get ready to play our cash pot game for Thursday, November 10, 2022. Now, you live to play it, but can you win it? Get ready to be a big cash pot winner, and let's see what the winning cash pot number will be. And here we go. This afternoon's winning cash pot number is 36. Congratulations to all cash pot winners. Again, the winning number is 36. Now, let's mega your winnings, and good luck. Now, what color ball will it be this afternoon? And a white ball has been selected. And now... and the balls are spinning. What's it gonna be this afternoon? And the monster ball has been selected. So remember to go mega and monster 6 times per day for cash pot for more chances to win. Again, the winning cash pot number is 36. The lucky mark is Old Lady. And for mega, a white ball was selected for Pick 3, Pick 4 cash pot, and Hot Pick. And for monster, the monster ball was selected for cash pot. Now let's take a look at this afternoon's winning numbers. And again, congratulations to everyone who won. Do join us again at 3 p.m. for more games you love to play. I'm Sydney. Have a supreme afternoon.
Hope you were a big winner. Play your favorite Supreme Ventures games every day and tune in for our live draw 6 times a day at 8:30 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m., and 8:25 p.m. on this station. Supreme Ventures, making winners every day.
That was the lunchtime top draw dollars, Pick 2, Pick 3, Pick 4, Hot Pick, and Cash Pot draws. Congratulations to all of today's winners. Join us again at 3 p.m. for another chance to win in Hot Pick and Cash Pot special pot draws. So, Maka, before we went to the cash pot break, you're basically giving us a synopsis of your transition from Lady Mackerel to Macka Diamond, and all in all, that's what
Yeah,
2003 represent, the birth of Macka. No,
right. And there,
2004, no. Oh,
mhm.
go ahead, Maka.
No, I was saying it was a lot because I went through the process of the stage shows now. Because there were like the shows in that were keeping, and I said I have to do this name change, and so I started testing out on shows, and I remember about the I don't know if it was George's Boys or Casey. They had a barbecue. I think it was George's. They had a barbecue in Ronnie Williams, and this is when I know the new name of work now. And them time I know Cartel come out with the tech this that, so we counteract that too. Yeah.
Yes.
And me never tell enough people say me change my name. So I remember I got a barbecue there and every artist I get boo. Them boo everything. The school putting them a trouble them and we said the boy them boo everybody. And but this time it was like Alize, Chico, I think Mr. Lex was there, I'm not sure, but everybody was there and all the parties. It was a show when the boys and was just being so rude. So, but them time I just change my name now. So me I say to Alice, say, you can call up here. I go, what to call up? But when me tell him to call me up now, by this time before him go touch my cheek or them and everybody, here boo, 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 boo. I said, Jesus, I remember, I remember when Alice decided to call me up and the boo of trouble come backstage and lick me on my head. Me I say, oh, I forgot to go. Oh no, walk up another boy, Come here, Alice say, well, I have one new artist near Macka Diamond, I got introduced to no. And I said, Jesus. I said, how am I going to do this? Because I peer move up off everybody. And I said, Kashima, I'm run up on the stage, And come decide, say, me decide, say, no, sir. It's either do or die, And I said, I run up on the stage, I'm stand up and watch the boy, them sit down. So I said, them sit down, them sit down in the running with them. Nobody does stand up, because I tell us, I'm boo everybody. I remember my other counteraction for Cartel song and I'm just around the road with it and I'm only make and I say, take can boy, you take me easy. Like me start talking, I say, I'm some man, Ray, I'm blah blah blah. Me tell you something. You know what I tell them, sir? I say, take can boy, you take me easy. You think you can get this girl easy? Me take your things too. Me take your money too. So take can too. I mean, I watch them on camera, so what are they gonna move me? I said, I'm going on the lyrics, I said, you see, I'm gonna reach a part of me say, you see the fish and the lobster and the mommy and the this way you buy me over Elsha. Me carry to Maggie to me baby father. And we just see the one of the man them stand up and the whole place. We said, what? Me just gonna forward there. We said the whole, we said, run after them. Run after them. You see the next morning at the front page, me inner. So one girl mash up the whole of the barbecue near Macka Diamond. And I said, I feel so good. I start to feel proud of myself. And so the name change start work. There's no one. No. So I found them time and I said, I really not to give up. People them have a little thing. Because if me can't hear so much boo, and then me run out and get forward, that is a good thing, So
Yes.
what heap of things happen, man? With the
Here it
Macka
is
Diamond,
now.
man.
Your confidence level on a high, Maka, from the TechCon 2004. Now you scored with Done Already, which topped many charts locally and internationally. And then Greensleeve Records came calling. Did you expect this song to open doors for you, Maka?
They done already? I would say the door started to open from a counteract. The vibe started TechCon.
The TechCon.
Yeah, right. And people start looking at me first from the video with me, Lady G and Lady Saw. They start with that new name and everything. And then it roll over to the TechCon and then me start to get more. Then it's like by that time I made a roll with Blocker. And one day the people were bashing me. Even at that time, people were like, oh, she's not gonna buzz, she old. I mean, the old thing has been happening for years, Yeah. And she had a long time from Lady Mackerel that she now got boss. And so I mean, I remember one day me and Black drive on the road, come just have a look at Nissan. And him said to me, okay, I'm gonna meet Birch. And Christopher Birchman, I'm a producer, and I make him buy it. And I said, no worry about them and the old business, man. I pay them the mind and him carry me to Birch. And that's how the done already came about. And put me in one room and said, this is a shaggy room, and them and he has a shaggy right it's them. And I said, what? I'm sitting down, but they already have a piece of the done already song. Because them time I used to be around a little some artist guy. We were partying and I don't remember G, some another G. And and my little youth Teflon. And we went to Montego Bay and the rain was falling and we locked up in the car and we started to build that song already. The steam fish in your back then already and all these things. So I had the idea. Them time when you hear rhythm, you used to have song ready. Somebody have the idea, that piece of the song. So what I did was sat there and finished the rest. And
no, MACKA, I must tell you, you are one piece of storyteller, and your story as is already rich. We don't reach to your movies, we don't reach to your book, we don't look at the author side of it, we don't reach to your fashion. And guess what? It is 11:11, so we have to go cut and paste the stories. But I know you're a storyteller, and it is just awesome you giving it to us, blow by blow, and painting that vivid image for us. We absolutely appreciate it. Take us back to you being a part of Green Sleeves Records and what that did for you.
Right. So at the time, it was a great choice because at the time they had VP and Muma Saw was already with VP. Then come Green Sleeve. So a lot of people never really believed in the Green Sleeve record because through VP was the hard thing. But by this time now, I was my booking agency at the time. He said to me, we made a decision that it better work with Green Sleeve because since I'm going to be the first female of Green Sleeve. So that's how they came about. They approached me and the deal was great. Even when I went to my lawyer to sign the contract, she was like, I love this contract. It's a good one. Yeah, it's going to work for you. So Green Sleeve was a good choice. And that is why I have a career up to now. I must, big them up to England, certain Europe countries that still know of MACKA Diamond, and Green Sleeve was the person who really, that company that did well for me.
At what stage during your career, MACKA, did you first understand the importance of knowing the business side of the music? Because you just mentioned that when you got that contract, you brought it to your lawyer who basically break it down and explain certain things to you.
Right, because I am always a business person. A lot of people will look at me like, oh, I'm looking into all of the noise and the music. But music is always, to me, it said there's no business like show business. So once you get contracts like those, you have to be careful. And I used to be seeing other artists get into problems. And when they reach certain stage, they're not getting no money and problems. So at that time, the booking agency I have, we decided that MACKA need to go to a lawyer. I was encouraged to go to a lawyer. And I said, I think so too. And I went and I paid a lawyer and it worked out better. So that's the time I learned. Once contracts start to get involved, that's when you know it's serious business and you have to get the lawyers involved.
We also know that you're very serious about your royalties and that kind of thing too. So you get that in place at an early stage of your career, or were you, burnt before you reached that realization?
I had to come to the realization. It was a little bit late, but not late because it was there sitting down. It just wanted me to come and do it, So about maybe, I think I get everything together like maybe about 6 years ago, out of my career, which I should have started long ago. But it was fine. I get it, and I get it right now. And it is one of the things that a lot of artists need to do, because a lot of times I'm here and I'm like, okay, I might not be doing a show, and that will help. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to take those things serious.
We're going to go for a quick time signal. Don't go anywhere.
Reggae radio station, rocking to the nation.
The time on Irie FM is...
It is now 1:14. Now, MACKA, Bunim was a really dope song, awesome song. It resonated with a lot of people. You have some people love it. You have some man will complain about it and all kind of things. But then Bunim was more than just a song. It was also the title of your debut novel. So I want you to take us back to this historic moment and why you felt like Bunim needed to be a book in addition to the song.
I mean, I was approached by the
Page Turner.
Page Turner, right? I remember that I got a call and they said they wanted if I'm interested in doing a book. And I said, boy, man, I really don't write about me, not for write lyrics. And they said, don't worry yourself, man. We can't put things together. Right. And but by this time, me and Blacker used to go through hell and because Blacker came and got Birch. In Birch record and me get #1 song. So Blacker used to say, "Who want to do song with you? And you're going, if you want to go with me." And we go through that problem then. But me always think that the right time will come. And look at it now. We get the right time with the big song, you know? And Page Turner approached me about the book and I said, all right, let me write it. And we write. You know me, I write and she said, write what you can, but they put it together. You know, that was my first learning process of really writing a book. And it sold out and everything going good. And, you know, it was just crazy. And Bunny was one of the songs where people never expect because after done already, them say, our career done, she not gonna find no more song. And I'm coming through all of that, the stress down my song one day, I'm a pray to God, I'm say, God, if you give me one more song, I'm not stop praying to you, I'm gonna pray. You know, all these things I go through. And then when Bonham came, I mean, I was so happy. I was like, okay, there's a place for me in this music. I'm not just a one-hit wonder. They call them one say, shall be one-hit wonder and all these things. You know, them stay already, the bully.
So MACKA, do you have a strong support system? Because here it is, you know, like you're telling your story and we can see like, you know, through every timeline, there is always these naysayers, these detractors, these persons coming with the negativity. How are you able to just ignore all the negative chatter and just stay focused on your dream and your goal?
I never used to ignore them. I used to let it bother me. And that is why growing and not giving up is one of the good things that happened to me. Because me used to make it bother me. I used to go home. I used to cry. I used to be, you know, and people never used to understand. They must say, and I used to have people come around me and say, I'm not staying around here. This fight where you're getting it not real. It's not right. And have people who come for work for me, so them can't bother and them leave. But me decide to make a fight through it. Although me cry, me break down, me go in a depression, and me recover from it. And me said, Father, and me start to realize, say it's a game. This is a game, MACKA. Stop believing in what these people doing to you and strong up my mind. I'm start strong up my mind. I'm start to don't pay them no mind. I'm start to face the reality that I am around people and this is the world I'm in and I have to face these bullies. And that's what I did. And don't give up. And me start to say, but me not a give up person. I mean, it's a Capricorn. Capricorn don't give up, you know, and me have to just start strong up my mind. And, you know, for over 10 years now, we just said, no, sir. Success is a must. You can't. There's a lot of people who want to get in piece of song, and you get one MACKA. Appreciate it. So I saw me start telling myself, say, appreciate the little we have, and more will come.
Wow. No, we know that tell us how has MACKA Diamond benefited from the clash culture? Can we hear MACKA Diamond dub plates?
Oh my God. Oh, well, don't play them, but they're not the face-to-face one. And the face-to-face one, me's not the type of person where me don't know how to cuss out people, me don't know where. But I think me learn now. Because I realize that I mean, this one is you're naive to certain things, you know. When my career took off, me never know say dancer was like that. Was like, oh, if you don't know for war people, you don't know for cuss people not rate you. So that was one of my things too. If me don't know for kill people as thing and them thing that nobody not rate you. And then now me learn to do dub plate. Because I remember Baby Sham always tell me say, when you have one art song, turn it in a dub plate and you're gonna make money. So I never forget that. So I always turn on my songs and I try to do. So I am really in the dub plate system a lot, where sometimes we will just sit and make a lot of money on dub plate, and which I'm grateful so I learn to do that, you know. So me in that yeah, but so me not really good thing. As I say, me get through a lot of pain, but me learn how to improve along the way and still stay successful.
As you mentioned, clashes, and you say, you know, being naive, like certain aspects, you don't know the full details of it until you're in it. Is it difficult to bounce back from a clash, especially when you're not the victor at the end of it?
Well, as I said, me have to put a blind eye to it. I'm not care because at the end of the day, when even at the time, the first clash I went through was the person won the clash, but at the end of the day, I came out with the hit song. So I realized it's all about songs. So once you still have the songs, you will still stand a chance to continue your career. So usually what I do when I have a bad time with them type of clash, I continue work on my songs, work on and keep pushing through that. Because the songs then people really listen to, and a lot of people just say, oh, our career done and this and that. But me now, me not have nothing else to do. Me don't know what else me can do. Me never have no more talent right now more than music. So I had to push through it and push through it and push through it. And I mean, I am just an example of no matter where you feel, you can succeed.
No,
You know?
absolutely. And I think it's full time we change this narrative where we are taught, that we should be afraid to fail. And it is actually okay to fail. You make your mistakes and you come again. A lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of successful people will tell you that they have failed multiple times, but they were persistent, them remain steadfast and continue to push through. So totally understand that. No, Macka.
I'm gonna say
Go
this,
ahead, sorry.
and a lot of people are gonna feel offended about it. I was one of them female that had anybody in the business that I slept with or was my backbone. My man, I'm a producer, my man. You understand? So these are some of the things that have made me those things becomes a failure for me, because there were people who have them people in the business, them deal with such and such and such and such. So at the end of the day, then people vote for them, push things to happen, and create that thing where me now me weak because me not have nobody like that, so I go through that also.
Wow. And, just to think about how you remain resilient and, you never stop. You are in the independent film 3 to 11. You play the role of a nursing assistant.
Right.
Describe that experience for us, because being a part of a film versus doing a music video or just being on stage performing for your fans it's way different. But what was it like for you?
Always good. This was like the second movie I did, a movie, Redemption in Paradise, years ago. For a doctor in Antigua. He came to Jamaica for me, and this second one was very easy. I remember when Summer Angel and me the thing to study, she was like, "You better go home and study," and yet I didn't. But when I went on set, she said, "You don't make any mistake. You're a great actress. So I am good at it. I have a lot of talents. I fit in everything." So it was a great time, and it was. I mean, me and Summer close, so we understand how to work with her. Plus, a lot of the people who are in it, I'm familiar with them, so it wasn't really hard. It was easy. Those acting is very easy, and I put in my flavor in it.
People should go and check it out. They should also check out your book, Bonim. It is on Amazon still,
Right,
so people can
part
check
two.
that out as well. Now, earlier this year, Macka, you performed at Alkaline's New Rules, where you made a huge impact. Now, how are
Right.
you able to bridge the gap between multiple generations?
Because what people don't understand, I understand young people. Most of the people that I'm be around is young people, and I've always been going to those colleges. I've performed. Right now there's a college tour going on, and they're saying a lot of the kids is asking for Macka. So enough people, what they don't know that a lot of these young kids love Macka. They didn't know that. And when people, I mean, from the flyers drop, they hear everything. Shut up, pop down. What a waste of time. Oh, she, Macka figure sit down.
Wow.
But be excited because I was waiting on this moment. I said I want a show like this because I want to show them. Said diamonds are forever. I'm gonna give up. So from the flyers there, me not gonna lie, Kashima. It was the only show in my life when I see myself and when I sure me know say me not gonna do good. Me don't know when me get the energy there from, but me just know say me pray for a moment like this and God bring it. So me say it can't be failure. It cannot be failure because this is the moment I've been waiting for to show them say the Macka Diamond are done. And I felt, if you notice, it was even one of my most confident performance. I went out there, I said, I'm going for this.
And that you absolutely did. But speaking about show, Macka, let's talk a bit about your OnlyFans and what actually pushed you in that direction, why you created an OnlyFans account. We see where from time to time you have to be issuing out statements because this leak and that leak and what's
My
going
God.
on?
I think the OnlyFans is one of the aim at me to try to get me frustrated, because my OnlyFans is not. A lot of people think OnlyFans is all about the S word and all these things. No, OnlyFans was created for artists. So we can do uncut stuff. Things like we're doing the house that we want personal things. I will share with the fans and the fans give a little token for it. So I created my OnlyFans page for that. Because I mean, if Macka Diamond get married, if those personal stuff you share with people, and if they want to know it, they pay for it. But during the COVID lockdown now, I you see me out there. I sell oranges and I have fun. That's the time. That's when I really change up my OnlyFans and say, I'm gonna get a little bit, because they were saying that I won and thing but I mean, for 2 years ago that I've been just playing around with the OnlyFans. I didn't expect people to go over there to take out my stuff and trying to bring them out, And it is sad. It is sad, but it is because I wasn't even penetrating the OnlyFans like that anymore because it was just because of the whole lockdown and we are going to do a little thing. That's it. And it was nothing that much. It was just the top part of my body. I didn't even do nothing that drastic that they have been creating all of these except a lot of people do topless.
No, as you mentioned, Macka, your oranges. We know that you're very big on healthy lifestyle and healthy eating. Right. What can you share with us as it relates to your daily routine with the way you eat?
Well, I try to put in my fruits. I try to put in the herbal teas and the greens, and I try to stay ginger up because that is the one that will take away, the pain and keep you focused. I try this. What I do in the mornings, the first thing I get up, I do my lemon water, my lime water, in hot tea, and then I have like something, like maybe a steamed callaloo, cabbage, something, and then I started on my fruits, so that gave me the energy for the day. And then I have one big meal for dinner, and that can be either just whatever I like, if I feel like I want to do some. Because I eat healthy, but I still do like my fish. Once it come from the sea, I eat that. So I love my doctor fish. People say, "Oh, you love the cheap one," but whatever. I love my doctor.
You love what you love. No,
Yeah.
Macka, we're on the button, but See Me Macadocious is the name of your
Right.
clothing line.
Right.
Where can we get these items and who are you catering for?
Everyone, men and women, see me Macadocious collections on Instagram. They can DM us or they look at the stuff. It's also the website, seememacadocious.com. And it was mentioned Macka Diamond, there's discount for you guys. And a whole heap a lot more things coming. I want you guys to look out and I want them to keep following me on Instagram. Thanks for the Instagram growth. And as I said, I always said thanks to those who keep supporting me and never give up on me because I'm not give up on myself,
Yes. Now, music, movies, fashion, author, and motherhood. Is it difficult being Charmaine, Monroe, and Macka Diamond? How do you create that balance?
It is definitely difficult, and I sometimes I said, "Oh, I only had one son. I wanted more kids." So that was really one of my things that has made me sometimes feel sad. But apart from that, I try to manage, and I reached thus far, so we can't complain no more. But we just have to just keep working, Because for the last 2 weeks, I remember I've been shooting videos, I've been working, it's just been crazy. But we still have to do what we have to do,
New music, what can we look out for?
A lot of new music. I have The Bounce coming out, produced by Sika Rhymes. I have The Dream Body, produced by me and Street Cred. I have me and Razor B have a song called Catchy. I'm at the place already. So those are videos coming. We got the DJ Tropical I have the honor roll. So I have about 6 tracks. I want people to also look out for my EP coming out. You know, my birthday in January, so anything can happen in a January. The Capricorn season is near. You know, maybe make a come down area. You're gonna give me cake. A long time I'm not giving me a cake, you know, I don't know.
And MACKA, you mentioned the school tour briefly, and we see some of what is happening in the schools. We're seeing where, you know, there are lots of fights among the children. Being a part of that tour, what has been your experience, and do you feel like you're able to reach the children in the schools that you have gone to thus far?
Oh yes, each time I perform, I try to put in a little things that, you know, tell them to stay focused, don't give up, you know, because I like that. I like, you know, and I met a couple of them that were doing their products, and, you know, because we're going to these colleges where they're trying to create their own business, and encourage them, and I feel good, and I big up some of them for them, and, you know, and I encourage them because it is a reality that it is really serious now, and the generation has changed, and they are more viperous, but we have to be the person as adults to encourage them still and pray for them, you know. But it is good for me, and I'm gonna be going into a couple more. And I'm also my charity. I must mention my Pregnant Mothers in Need Foundation and the One Nation Foundation. We joined up together, so I'm gonna be having some Christmas give backs and thing for the pregnant mothers and the, you know, less fortunate. We're gonna be having that in December. So one thing I'm looking for that also, and, you know, I'm gonna be in the schools, and I'm gonna just stay focused with the mothers and them babies and encourage them, because I just encouragement them need, you know. Because sometimes them have to run, they're gonna find gone looking for help the kids them, and to them now have the bond and the parents who are around them get disabled. But we have to just pray for them.
MACKA Diamond, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for sharing. This was really awesome.
Thank you so much. And, you know, it's always a pleasure. I'm a story long, so I'm going to put up maybe what do you call it? One of them.
Your biography, a video, something. And who knows, maybe a part 2 is in the making.
I'm just in the mood someday.
The messages are coming in. This one says, I like how MACKA kept it real, that music was her only talent and that she knows nothing more to do. That's motivation, dedication, and hard work. Bless up hot girl MACKA. It's coming from Rico.
You better be. That's all I know from you.
This one says, wow, awesome RTS Kishima from MACKA Diamond. Big up yourself and looking forward to part 2. It's coming from Carrie. This one says, more love Kishima. You know, Lady saw MACKA Diamond, Lady G. She faced the things and she can fight. Really good interview, you know. Big up yourself. It's Glenn Goff. Barry Back said that. This one says, good afternoon, Kishima. I remember locked in. Great interview with MACKA Diamond. MACKA, keep up the good work. This person says, I am much older than MACKA, but I love that girl. She's so humble. This is Mrs. Green. And Ricardo Portia says, big up to MACKA Diamond, you know. You better be. Selector Princess says, there is no doubt MACKA Diamond is a gem. I loved her on New Rules. She is an entertainer who has a lot going on. Great conversation, Kishima. Messages are coming in for MACKA Diamond. You better be. I'm just in the mood for someday. This one says, good afternoon, Kishima and MACKA Diamond. Great interview, my dear, as usual. MACKA, your longevity proves that you are to be in the entertainment industry. You never gave up. You stuck it out. You stuck with it through the hard and the bad times, and you came through it all looking and smelling great. It's John from Sandy Bay in Hanover. No, MACKA, the people them come around.
Oh, smell me.
This one says, big up to MACKA Diamond. Absolutely love her.
You ready for me, baby?
And Dave says, good afternoon, Kishima. Listen to that jingle, bless up yourself, and big up to MACKA Diamond. I'm absolutely loving her interview. This one says, she is a real star girl. Big up yourself. This one says, Kishima, great interview with MACKA Diamond, strong black woman. Stick and stay. See you on the flip side of the spray.
Get a juicy The Classic from Wendy's. Wendy's Dave's Classic, the juicier, tastier burger.
The time by Wendy's is...
It is now 1:34.
Yo, when me a move. Time is money, and I can't afford to sit down in traffic when I could be dealing with some business or spending time with my family. That's why I take the East-West Highway. Same thing on the call Highway 2000. It's always a smooth ride, and with the T-Tag, I just keep cruising. No lele. Less time, less hassle, and when you work it out, less money too. Avoid the lag. Get the T-Tag, and don't forget to